All right, folks, here we go. So we're moving on to section 8.5, and section 8.5 is again continuing the use of our trig, and we're going to use something called angle of elevation, angle of depression, and like I said, from there we're going to use our trig. So if you think about an angle of elevation, and the objective here, identify angles of elevation, use angles to solve word problems. Angle of elevation is the angle between the line of sight. So if you just look straight ahead, that's considered your line of sight. And a horizontal when an observer looks upward. So here you are right here in a boat. There's your line of sight. This right here is considered angle of elevation, angle of elevation. So you look straight here, and then your angle of elevation is when you look up. That's considered the angle of elevation. So here's your angle of depression. Angle of depression, the angle between the line of sight. So you're standing right here. Your line of sight, you look straight this way, and then an observer looks downward. So you look down right here. This is considered the angle of depression. So again, think about when you look straight. If you look down, angle of depression. If you look straight and then you look up, it's the angle of elevation. So what you ultimately notice is, think about parallel lines. If this line is draw this as an arrow parallel to this line over here, this arrow, two parallel lines cut by a transversal, you have alternate interior angles. So actually, those angles turn out to be the same. So let's take a look at an example. Let's go through one right here. We have a monkey that's hanging in a tree, so we have to start labeling this stuff right here. So this is 68 feet tall, spots a banana at a 23-degree angle of depression. So depression. So he's looking here. I know that's a little bit higher than his sight, so that's there. And he's looking down at the banana. So this is considered the angle of depression. This is 23-degree angle. And it says, what is the direct distance from the monkey to the banana? Direct distance is this. So what we're going to do now, though, is we're going to bring that 68 over. Those two are equal. So now we have ourselves, this is a 90-degree angle. We brought the 68 from here to the other side. So that's 68. That's 20. This is 23, and that's x. So let's think about now our trig function. Now we have a problem set up, and we know what we want to solve. Like I said, let's circle our angle. So we put blank of 23 equals what sides do they give us in relation to the angle? So they give us opposite over hypotenuse. Hopefully by now we've learned that's the sine. So let's plug some things in and let's solve. Now we have our trig function. Now we should be able to solve. So sine 23 equals the side opposite is 68. And we are trying to find the hypotenuse, which is x. So now we do the math, and we try to figure out how to actually do this and to solve this correctly. So in order to solve this correctly, you actually end up flip-flopping at the x. So x equals 68 divided by the sine of 23. So again, do your math. 68 divided by sine of 23. And I output an answer of 174. So x is about 174.0, and that's feet. That's feet. So again, we're using angle of elevation, angle of depression, and our trig functions to get where we need to go. Next one. Angle of elevation from point A to the top of a cliff is 34. So again, angle of elevation. So your eyesight is here, straight. Angle of elevation is looking up. That's where you get the 34. If point A is 1,000 feet from the base of the cliff, point A is 1,000 feet from the base of the cliff, how high is the cliff? So you're 1,000 feet here, and this is considered the base of the cliff. So as you progress through. So again, think about what they give you. Think about what they solve. Here it is solved out for you. But again, if you start it the way that we do, I start with the angle blank of 34. Equals, what do they give you in relation to that? They give you opposite. This is opposite over adjacent. So again, that is the tangent. And hopefully you can see how to solve from there. So tangent of 34 equals x over 1,000. So I'm going to go 1,000 times the tangent of 34 and output an answer of about 680 and 74.5 feet. All right, next one. The angle of depression. So now we have an angle of depression, similar type of a picture. It says angle of depression from the top of an 80-foot building. So this is an 80-foot building. You're at the top over here. That's your line of sight. Goes straight. Angle of depression is 42. So even though this is 42, you're going to alternate interior, bring it down over there. And again, set it up the same way. What angle do they give you in relation to the sides? So again, I go blank of 42 equals what sides do they give you in relation? That's opposites over adjacent. So they give you opposite over adjacent, that's tangent. Tangent of 42 equals opposite, so that's 80 over x. So again, if I were to properly solve this, you know, how does that work? Oh, this board is driving me nuts. So how does that work? So we have the tangent of 42 equals 80 over x. So again, I go x equals 80 over the tangent of 42. And then we output an answer from there. And you can see the answer is about 88.8 feet. All right, next one here, folks. This one's a little more challenging. They throw some things at you. Person in audience sitting at ground level. So here's your person over here. You have a person who's 5 feet 6 inches, which if you remember from conversions before, you can take that 6 inches divided by 12 inches, makes it 5.5 feet. And the person is 25 feet up, so you have to total this number. You have to total that number to get 30.5 feet. So you have your angle, and this is your x. So again, set up your trig function. Set up your trig function. Again, circle what we have here. So here's my angle. So blank of 27 equals, what sides do they give you in relation to the angle? They give you opposite over adjacent, and that is tangent. So again, tangent of 27 equals your opposite, which is 30.5, over your adjacent, which is x. So you're going to be x equals 30.5 divided by the tangent of 27. And you should output an answer of about, x is about 59.9, and that is feet, 59.9 feet. They just show you how to do it here, showing you how to solve that question there. Get this thing to the other side. Okay, so person at the top of a cliff sees a seal in the water. The cliff is 40 feet. So 40 feet here. Angle of depression is 52. So again, you have a straight line here. That's where you're looking, and then the 52 down. And then you just bring it down here. So again, here's your angle. So blank of 52. Blank of 52 equals opposite over adjacent. So again, what is that? That's tangent. Tangent of 52 equals opposite over adjacent, so that is 40 over x. So again, if we're rewriting this, we have the tangent of 52 equals the 40 over x. Again, x equals 40 divided by the tangent of 52, and we should output an answer that x is about 30.3, 31.3, I think. Yeah, 31.3 feet. 31.3 feet. Next question here. Again, that's just to kind of give you an idea to show you where we're at, what you get. Right here. So this one they don't give you a picture of. So try drawing this on your own. See if you can draw and solve on your own, and then obviously I will solve it here as well. Someone's in a hot air balloon. So here's 30 feet. 30 feet above the ground. She sees the landing spot at an angle of depression. So here's the eyesight. Here is the angle of depression. That's 34. What is the horizontal distance? So horizontal distance between the air balloon and the landing spot. So your horizontal distance, horizon, that's down here. So this is going to be our x. So we're actually going to, let me fix this, make this a little bit cleaner. Hopefully that helps. So you kind of actually end up doing a rectangle. So here's your 34-degree angle down here. You just bring it over. That's your X. That's your 30. So again, you're taking a look to see here, what do they give us in relation to the angle? So blank of 34 equals, what sides do they give you? Opposite over adjacent. So opposite over adjacent is tangent. So we get tangent of 34 equals opposite, which is 30 over x. So again, ultimately here you're going to go x equals 30 divided by the tangent of 34. And when you do the math and output an answer, you end up with c, which is 44, about 44.5 feet actually. There's a couple more that you can do if you want. Try these on your own. This is an answer that goes with it. Try that one on your own, see what you get. Don't have an answer to that one drawn out. You can try this one on your own. Try to see if you can get the same answer, about 44 feet. And then I want to finish with this one because this one takes a little bit of time here. This is, we have to do two-step problem here. Someone's on a top deck of a cruise ship, observes two dolphins following each other directly in a straight line. The position is 154 meters above sea level. We have two different angles of depression, so we have to do two separate problems, and then ultimately we will subtract at the end. So what we want to do first here is, again, you have to create triangles. So we have a triangle here. Again, if you work with your angle of depression, which you take from here, let's start with 35. So if that's 35, this is 35. We just bring that over. This is 154, and we're going to call this x. So again, hopefully by now you're getting the idea. This is a tangent of 35. So again, opposite, 154 over x. You ultimately move that out of the way. And in this case right here with the tangent of 35, our x is going to be about 219.93. So over here, we're basically doing the same idea. Here's our triangle, but we're going to just bring that angle in to show you. So that was 35, so this is 36. So you bring that over here, 36. Still 154, and we're going to call this y because we want to find that. So again, hopefully we're getting better at this. Tangent of 36, so opposite 154 over adjacent, which is y. So y is about 211.96. So you're going to subtract those two. And let's see here, when you subtract those two, because again, you're looking at a distance between the two. The distance is about 7.97. I think that's in meters. So when you subtract those two. So again, that takes a little bit more time and effort. Hopefully we're grasping the idea. Great job, folks.